Hi, my name is Sabrina Maldonado, and today I'm going to be talking about how college is not the only way to have a successful and prosperous life. Now, if I were to ask everyone to give me a show of hands on how many people have been told from a young age that college is the only way that you'll succeed in life, I would probably get very few hands. Now, if I had a whole room of young adults, I'm sure many, many hands would get raised. Why do you ask? Because this has been an ongoing stereotype that is constantly repeated and stuck in our heads from such a young age. After extensive research and viewing many people close to me that didn't attend college, I have seen firsthand that college is not the only way to have a successful life. Many people have made it in life without college degrees and are making more money than people with college degrees sometimes. As humans, and especially as children and teens, it's very easy to get persuaded by those above us or those who we grew up listening to. However, if you're ever feeling doubtful about attending college when you know it's not for you, it is important to be able to do our research and understand that there are many other ways that we can succeed in life and many alternatives that we can have. Today, I want to spread awareness on the stereotype that college is our only way in life. Although it has always been whispered or more so yelled in our ear from such a young age that college is a must, sometimes we have to realize that college is not the only route for us and that there are many other ways that we can succeed in our life without going to college. The idea all starts from a young age. Many articles and people have spoken on the issues that college has embedded into our heads at such a young age, as well as many schools have promoted it as our only main option. According to an 18-year-old girl named Ahani Ramirez, who spoke on NBR news station, she feels like her school pushes her and lets her know that, oh, you have to go to college or else you won't do anything with your life or you'll be living with your parents for the rest of your life. This mentality is very toxic on our young brains in America, just isn't realistic anymore now. I know many classmates and high school students that explained their situationship when they told their parents they weren't going to college. They were told that they would be kicked out of the house, they would have to be doing everything alone, and they would have to go live their big kid life on their own with no help. In the end of the day, with this toxic mentality that has grown, it causes these kids to feel forced to go to college when they didn't want to because they were scared of their parents' choices. And it ends up being a waste of money for the children going and as well as the parents going because they didn't succeed how the parents wanted them to because it just wasn't right for them. Therefore, with college becoming a mantra since the 1960s and it not being the right choice for some, it has failed many young Americans. Luckily, nowadays, there are many opportunities for these college students. Tony Isola actually says that 20% of people who enroll in college end up dropping out, and 20% actually graduate college but end up in jobs that have little to nothing to do with their expensive degrees. This is why it's important to understand that there are many other young ways that young adults can succeed. Many jobs, such as an EMT, a firefighter, a flight attendant, a police officer, a medical secretary. There are just many more options that don't require a college degree and have very high paying jobs. There's also the job of an entrepreneur that many people that aren't interested in college want to be. Many people have been successful in doing that and have going to college would have just set them back and been unnecessary money spent. Julia McCoy is actually spoke to entrepreneur.com and she is actually a college dropout with a 7-figure writing business. McCoy explains that self-started freelancers often have more skills to offer than those college accolades or those with college degrees. Many entrepreneurs, such as Bill Gates, Steve Jobs, and Michael Deli, are all prime examples of those who didn't go to college or didn't finish college and still made it big in life. This is coming from money smart family. As you know, Steve Jobs is actually the creator of our iPhone. So as you know, iPhones are very, very popular all over the world. And this just shows how successful he was able to go in life and make such a big business out of it without going to college. So it is possible to go to college. and still to not go to college and still be successful. With that being said, if the idea of college wasn't as promoted as such a needed thing, many young adults would feel more at ease and more comfortable with the choices of not going to college and being able to follow their dreams. A part of becoming an independent young adult is letting go of the need of approval and being able to form your own decisions. When informing your parents on how you will choose to go on your own with the next part of your life after high school requires lots of mature thinking. You need to lay out the groundwork for your plan of conversation and answer any questions without a fight. Arguing or fighting would just cause very unnecessary drama. Parents should be able to listen and understand where their children are coming from, even if this wasn't the ideal plan they sought for. Appreciating your child, that being able to sit down with you just shows their level of readiness that they have. Arguing should not be happen because it would just be bad for the parent and the child and not lead anyone to anywhere. This is all coming from Harvard Business. With kids being able to follow their dreams, initially there will be many less college dropouts, and there will be a lot more people who are in good jobs that they wanted to be in rather than those in jobs that have little to nothing to do with their expensive degrees. I know it's hard to think that in a world like ours, why you should listen to a young adult like me explaining that college isn't necessary, but I urge you to consider all my points. Teens wouldn't feel as pressured with their choices if parents and schools didn't make us feel like we would be doomed without it. There are many multiple opportunities and paths in the world that people can follow without a degree and still succeed. It's time we get the idea that college is our only way in life. I know it's easy to get caught up in this idea when people are screaming it and the world is really screaming it in our faces, but we have to do what is right for our generation. Thank you for listening.